Thank you very much to all of you. It's an honor for me to be here. The book speaks of identity, speaks of purpose and potential, and speaks of a plan that God has prepared for us. And it's not just a plan, I call it life eternal. Because it's a life that He wrote for us, He prepared for us, He lived for us before we were even conceived. And then that was written in eternity. So when Jesus speaks of life eternal, I understood that it's not just, for afterwards. It's also for now. Because whatever we live according to His will is eternal. Therefore, when I say life eternal, I think, well, it's real. What Dr. Horner this morning was saying about truth, I think that word in Greek is also referring to reality. Truth is a reality. Jesus came to give us the image of the reality of who we are. And what is real is the spiritual kingdom. That's more real.
That's more real.
So, this is just a few thoughts before I start the story. I'm a lawyer by profession, but I wanted more, and this more was to have tools to help people in the ministry. You cannot serve others if you don't know how to deal with what's going on. I'm talking about personality, I'm talking about relationships and communication. So I decided to go through a four years course on counseling, transaction analysis, and we don't believe these sometimes. We don't know how that little thing, that baby that's coming out of the womb, has already everything packed in it. And we strive all our life to try to find that little baby. That's why He reminded us today, become like children. That's why, because we have everything and it's not polluted yet. It's there. Potential is there. Things about being someone. Potential is about your spirit. It's about trust. You see, without trust you can't see beyond. If you don't trust, you don't see beyond. You hear me? The power of trust helps and serves the urge to transcend. If you don't serve that urge, you will never transcend the circumstances. But it's in you, it's built in you. We are born with courage, with trust, and that generates hope. Now I say, well, what happens then? We are born like we are very dangerous for the world systems, we are dangerous for the devil, we are dangerous for whatever is not in that eternal plan. Because if we leave that plan here, things are going to happen. So I was saying, what happens then? There is another little thing that I could tell you. They have done some experiments. Little children with their mothers in a room. No one else, just them playing with the mother. Then the mother leaves the room. It's called a strange situation. Maybe someone knows about it. I'm talking about safe base attachment, right? So she says yes, because I know some of you are, they know psychology, so. And then all of a sudden the mother leaves and the baby's alone. And then after a very short time, the mother comes back again. So you have some children reacting like nothing. They keep playing. Safe-based attachments. They know that their mother is predictable. Because every time she goes, they know she will come back. They're not going to lose her. Some mothers, they start crying and saying to their mother, go away, and they start kicking and they start doing things because they fear that if they are attached too much to their thing, that one day it's going to leave them, they're going to suffer and die. And that's not safe, that's insecure attachment school. Which when we tell people, get out of my life because you're a danger, because you may leave. And some others instead, they grab the mother and they would never go back playing. They would never let her go again because they fear that she's going to leave them. Now, you see, it starts here. That little baby, so powerful, but then when insecurity, fear of loss, and fear of not having the caregiver God gave him to live that plan here, when it comes. So my book speaks of this, how these strongholds are built and how we should know about them in order to overcome. In fact, we overcame when we came to light. But we are still called to overcome because of the environment we found. You know, there is one thing that God counts on. And I really much appreciated what, yesterday was done here about the church helping and sustaining. Because God has one thing He can count on. It is the church. I know why.
That's right.
I know why. Because He said, love one another. You see, He didn't say just study much, teach a lot. He didn't, between you, love one another. How? How I loved you. That's the only thing. Because if you love one another, that's where the environment, where safe-based attachment can be. Without love, you cannot be secure with other people. And you start fearing. And you start pushing them out of your life or grabbing them, you never let them go. That's not healthy. So, in love, and he says that love works through what? You know that. It works through faith. That word faith is trust. And trust is faithful. Because Jesus would not say faith. He was not Greek. He would not say pistis, as we say. He would say emunah, which is faithful trust or trustful faithfulness. It means that you trust me today, you will trust me tomorrow, trust me in 2 days, in a week, and trust me forever. Be faithful to your trust. That's how you obey God. Not because you fear that if you don't obey Him, He's going to kill you, but because you trust Him. And if you trust faithfulness, hope will not be there. You will not overcome, and you will be sinking in the fear of life and being left alone and die. What do you think the people live by? They're trying to... Now, the slides are gone and I have 2 minutes more, but it's... You see, 5. Okay. So, you see, people, they live discounting. What do you think a little baby and an adult as well, having felt insecure in relationships, what do you think they develop in their mind? They develop this: I'm not worthy enough. Maybe some do this. Some others say, oh, I'm okay, she's not okay. So you see, it goes all around this: I'm okay, I'm not okay. So whenever you start feeling, I'm not talking of thinking, we talk so much about thinking. It's about experience, and experience involves thinking and feeling, involves relationships, involves all of you. And so people, when you take upon yourself a sort of a position that you're not okay, that's called discounting. You're discounting yourself. Therefore, automatically, you discount others because they're going to leave you. You see, that's discounting. If you approach a person and in your heart you know, oh, he's going to leave me. He's not going to support me. He's not going to like me. You're discounting him because you're thinking of for him. No one should think for you. And you should not think for the others. So, when you take on a position like, I'm not okay, the others are okay, so life is not okay, and you live in this discounting environment, you do all by yourself. And so it comes out of experience, not of thinking. And unawarely, based on existential positions, we take decisions. Unawarely. Have you ever heard of unaware decision? Unaware thinking? Have you ever heard of this? Yes, it's unaware because we have been living out of experience. So, you see, unawarely, we are brought to take decisions according to the position we think we have in society, in the family, with ourselves, and with God. A life experience that you start living according to what you decided in your mind will only confirm confirm the position he has chosen to take in his life. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. But thank God he is with us. He destroys these strongholds. And that's why I said it's called Script Free. You see, this is about a man coming out of a film. And I say that the eternal life God has prepared for us to live is His plan. And in that way we are also predestined, as Dr. Horner yesterday said, to live that life. And you see, I have just one thing. In Him we are chosen, having been predestined according to the plan of Him who works out everything in conformity with the purpose of His will. Ephesians 1:11. We have Ephesians 2:10. For we are God's masterpiece, created in Christ Jesus to do good works which God prepared in advance for us long ago to be our way of life. When you speak of righteousness, what do you think you're talking about? You're talking about this. Doing what God has prepared for you, the right things for God, not for you. Okay, so this is some hints of what's in this. I really hope that you are going to have a copy and read it, trying to get into it.